Blah, 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 blah. Week 8, Ask Smitty show, where you ask me questions. Who do you start? Who do you sit? Who do you pick up? Who do you trade for? Who do you trade away? Let's get to it. Blah, blah, blah.
Top 5 running backs. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.
Still have a little issues with the my computer. My soundboard's been freezing. I think I need to connect it differently. I'm going through a splitter, and I think it's killing the functionality. So I do need to fix that. Are we live? Do I have audio? Tell me I have audio. Yes, I do. Thank goodness. Last time the audio was not working. The soundboard was not working. It was a mess. It was a disaster. But today it looks like we're back in action. What's up, everyone? What's up, Steven, Cannon, Matt, Michael, Rob, Brissette's dad, Siklan's here. What kind of snacks do you have, Siklan? Kills is in the house. Cameron. And, of course, Michael was first. Good job, Michael. Let's get into the... Let me expand this out a little bit into the trades, all the news. Okay, so NFL trades and signings today. There are more. Toss them out if you've got them. Alfred Morris signs with the Cardinals. Hint, hint. David Johnson owners, how much clearer can you get? Are you worried much? Do you pick up Alfred Morris? No, I'm not doing that. But that's a sign that David Johnson might have more of a boo-boo, an owie than we thought. And that means that little old Chase Edmonds stock continues to climb. If you've owned him, congratulations. If you own Chase Edmonds, you might be looking at a running back one for a week, maybe not even 1 week, maybe 5 weeks. We don't know. We honestly do not know. Nobody knows. Little man called T.Y. Johnson should be the number one pickup in your league if, and assuming Chase Edmonds is gone. A lot of people's waivers process tonight. Make sure you know or don't know whether T.Y. is available. T.Y. has the ability to be a running back 2 or a nothing, a big nothing. We don't know about that either. What's up, Savvy? Savvy's back in the house. Hazelnut, glad to have you. Justin, Poke, Jolie, Rob, Roy, J-Man, glad to have all of you. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Congrats, bro. Keep grinding. Thank you, Cameron. Congrats on what? What do we do? I appreciate it, whatever you're saying. Let me kill the music. Break the bank on T.Y. Johnson. So this question, and no, Poke, I'm not like saying you shouldn't have asked or anything. This is the one question that literally I can't answer for anybody. Like literally every time someone asks me, Smitty, how much should I spend on TY? Smitty, how much should I bid on? I don't know. The answer is I will never know. So just so you know, I will never know the answer. I can answer it kind of the way you asked it though. The reason I'll never know is because your league's different than my league. I have a league where we blow $100 out of $100 every single time a player comes available, and then we do a pick a guy up for free the rest of the year. You have to wait until waivers process, Tuesday night every single week if you blow your wad. But that's the way it is. If you want a guy, you bid all $100 on that guy, and it ends up coming down to the secondary tiebreaker who's, winning the year. So Poke, I'm just telling you, like, it's funny. I can't tell you how many people are like, how much should I bid? Like, from my seat and my perspective, I have not a freaking clue. Because in another league I have, we have $200. Doesn't really matter, 100, 200. Saying it's just percentage-wise. Break it down. But $200, and people spend like $22. $25 is like a big day. So I drop about a 40 spot to be safe. I double down. I double what I think. I always put double in this league, particular league, what I think the highest bid will be. Because I think somebody's eventually going to be like, you know what? I know what Smitty's going to do. He's going to go top dollar, so I'm going to go $5 more. And then what do? I drop 40 instead of 25. 26, while, normally people are spending 22. Eventually, though, you move the market. You move. Well, hold on, Poke. I'm still going to answer your question. I'm just letting people know I don't have a dollar amount. I could not know the answer to that. But you can change a culture. One man, because I've proven it, can change a culture of your own league. Because I have leagues where it used to be that way, and now everybody drops the full hundy on anybody because they know I'm going to do that. Now, you can only do it one time. You play your hand one time during the whole year. The problem is you have to play that way. You have to fall in line. Otherwise, you're never going to get a guy because everybody's dropping the hundy. So, to answer your question, Ty Johnson, Poke, I got to ask you this and hit me with a follow-up. What is the typical highest bid? Do a lot of people blow their entire wad at one player? Or is it like out of 100, you see a guy go for 50 once in a while? Answer that, and then I can give you my assessment. But here's my thinking, and you guys can tell me if you feel differently. If you can pick up guys for free, even after you blow your whole load, then I have to ask you, at week 8, if Ty Johnson becomes a running back 2, is Ty Johnson? Yes, he's worthy of number 1 kills as long as Edmonds isn't on waivers. Why is my logo this high? Nobody told me. If Ty can help you win, he's probably one of the last big potential league winners. You know what I mean? You can't. It's surprising that Edmonds and Ty Johnson have emerged from literally the depths of nowhere. You could say you monitored Edmonds a little bit. You liked him. He was a great handcuff, but no one saw, and he might vanish too. Let's be clear about that. But I'm pretty sure we're looking at a running back 1 anytime he gets starter carries. It was pretty hard to see that coming, and it happened like that. And Ty Johnson's been a favorite of people, but everybody's been like, okay, Carry-On's going to be the guy. Carry-On's been doing okay. Ty Johnson jumps to the top like that. That happens. It doesn't happen a lot. And therefore, my advice to you, Poke, and let me see if you answer my question. Thanks anyway. I don't see your answer, Poke, but tell me what the typical bidding is like. My answer to you is if he can help you win, he's worth it. He's worth dropping all of your cookies on him to ensure you have a chance to win, and he could give you that chance. He really could. Should I pick up TY for Hyde? I would, but you wouldn't be crazy to hold on to Hyde either. What's up, Jaws? Drop Debo for Stills or Ty. Ty for sure. Joe, Ty is my number 1 waiver wire ad, assuming Edmonds isn't there. Stills is on that ad drop list for this week, but far down. And Debo, I like Debo in Dynasty, but in redraft, he might not even be worthy of probably ever starting right now. That could change. I love him. He's just maturing slower. And TY could be a starting running back. Like, it's not even close, bro. Like, TY Johnson up here. Flex Monty or Edmonds. Seclan, I told you I'd never make you take a lap on the show. If Edmonds is starting,
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Seclan got his first lap. Maybe I've made you take a lap before. But Seclan, come on. Edmonds is a running back 1. And congratulations, young man, as you sip on your Dr. Pepper and eat your snacks. You are the owner of a running back 1 for as many times as he starts. Now, if DJ is a surprise play, that could alter his value. But I'm astonished when people ask me after 150 yards and 3 TDs. No offense, Seclan, I'm not going at you, but I get questions all day long where people are like, dude, do I start Edmonds or do I start Corey Davis? I'm like, dude, and especially on my Ask Smitty feature, it's a paid feature. I can't blast anybody. I sometimes tell people, you got your first lap. Seclan, it's a proud moment. Don't feel bad about it. It's like a christening of sorts. And it's a testament to your team and how good it is that you have a take a lap worthy question that you asked me. That means you got a good option there. You know, if I was to say, Seclan, both your players suck, that sucks. You know, wouldn't you rather have, oh my God, Seclan, how the hell do you not see that you should be starting that absolute beast on your bench? That's got to make you feel good. So pat your back pat your back as you run around the house with your Dr. Pepper. What was I talking about? The tangents. Oh, Austin, I'm sorry. Austin's got a super chat here. And hit the thumbs up on your way in. Wipe those feet at the door of the show's front door. I never say things twice. Evans, Adams, and Olsen for Brady, Kamara, Galladay. What the hell am I looking at here, Austin? Evans, Adams, and Olsen. So Evans and Adams for Brady, Galladay. I lost Carry-On, and I won't get T.Y. I have Goff, Barks, Cook. Oh, you have Cook as well. Bro, you got a good team there. Evans and Adams for Olsen, Brady, Kamara, Galladay. If Kamara were back, I would tell you, you know what? Adams is still banged up. I take the Kamara side. Because Brady, I think, is a good help for you. I don't know that you would play him every week. You might do a stream thing. But with Cook, with Barkley, assuming you can start 3 running backs, Kamara, Galladay is still a beast, dude. Galladay is arguably a low-end running back. Evans is a mid-range running back. Galladay is a low-range wide receiver 1. And Evans is a mid-range wide receiver 1. I'm not saying it's a wash, but you could almost like convince yourself that, you know, it's Adams hurt for Kamara. Hurt. You get Brady. And man, with Barkley, Cook, and Kamara, if Kamara comes back, you're doing good. Can't go wrong either way, but am I worried about Julio? Damn straight I'm worried about Julio. Thank you again for the super chat. Oh, Daniel with a super. Daniel, you're super, my friend. Have Hunter Henry, drop Fells, or Hawkinson. Have Hunter Henry, drop Fells, or Hawkinson. Okay, so you just need to narrow it down. Fells feels like steady, but not big time. Hawkinson's like 0 points or like 15 or 20. So I keep the high upside guy that develops and maybe gets better and looks really good down the stretch because you have Hunter Henry in there. So I go with the guy as more appeal maybe down the road when you maybe need him versus the guy that's, you know, doing okay and I pick him up if you're like, Fells is a good tight end to pick up if you literally have nobody. And he's sitting there in so many leagues, like 80% of leagues. So you're desperate, pick him up. He gets you like 6 points, whatever. Trade away Curtis Samuel and Robbie for McLaurin. I take McLaurin, but yeah, I take McLaurin. But dude, Robbie could bounce back. Darnold, I'm not going to say he's going to bounce back, but he could do good enough to get Robbie a ton of work. That was the New England Patriots. Let's pump the brakes on Robbie Anderson being trash because it seems like people are jumping ship really quick on Robbie. Thank you for the super chat, Mark. Flex, Hunter Henry, Mike Williams, David Montgomery. Half PPR. I think Hunter Henry's your safe call until further notice, bro. Monty hopefully gets there for you, but nobody give up on Monty. Don't cut Monty. Bench him. Yeah, I mean, unless you're just like weak at flex. I have a couple spots where I'm still playing him because I literally have nobody. I do think they're going to give him the ball eventually. Unfortunately, I'm getting very little points and production because I keep wanting to have him in there the game he breaks out. Could he never break out? Absolutely, that's a possibility. But for me, I'm not cutting him. As I always say, you can get a player to play at an elite level for 4 or 5 games straight on out to finish the season. It happens a lot. Arian Foster as a rookie didn't, or his rookie or his sophomore year, didn't do anything. I think it was his rookie year until the last like 2 or 3 weeks of the season, and then he looked like a beast on the way out. I'm not saying that Monty should be in that situation. Freaking Nagy, I'm starting to believe, is a complete utter idiot. You have a guy named Mitchell Trubisky, who's bust-worthy, probably wouldn't start on very many teams at this point. A lot of people liked him. I'm not a fan. Never really been a fan. You have him throwing the ball 50-something times, and you're running the ball like sub-10, and it should be the other freaking way around. I don't understand what he's doing. I'm hoping that Nagy either gets fired or he's like, I got to change this, and flips the script. Maybe he's reading the playbook upside down, is my hope. So I'm kind of bank on at some point, whether it's week 12, week 13, week 14, week 10, probably double-digit weeks at this point. I'm not counting on it week 8, week 9. Forget when their bye is off the top of my head, but yeah, not counting on anything right now. But he's going to hit my bench in some leagues, and Kenny Stills, pick him up. Okay, so let's go over the stuff on screen real quick. And thank you, Mark, for the super chat. Henry's your safe play until further notice, my man. What's up, Doobie? Doobie's in the house. Matt, what's up, Matt? Pick up Stills? Yeah, it just depends on who you're dropping, but definitely. I think he steps up with Fuller out for an extended period of time. Chubb, rest of season with Hunt. I don't know. I think Chubb's not losing his job, but they're going to mix Hunt in. I could trade Hopkins to get Hopkins to get Ingram, Edmonds, and Deshaun Jackson. I have Carson Wentz. I don't trade Hopkins, man. That's buying. You're buying. Someone's selling you Edmonds at current, like, top dollar pricing. Juju and Diggs for Michael Thomas. That might be surprisingly even later, but for now, Thomas is legit. Go get Thomas. He's getting Breeze back soon. I really like Thomas. Breeze will lean on Thomas too. Okay. Back to the board here. DJ still hurt. As I touched on a ton already, please hit the thumbs up on your way in. If you have not subscribed, what in the hell? You're still here. You must want to hang around a little bit, so please subscribe for me. Help this channel grow. Your ground floor material here on the show, and you're gonna make it take that step forward. So please help with the process of making this show grow, and grow. This is Edward. Edward's going to join us for the rest of the month, probably another 10 days or so, and then we might get into some new decorations heading into November. So, if you guys got any questions for Edward, he'd be happy to answer them. Thielen, is he okay? He's optimistic about Thursday. We'll wait and see. DJ again hurt. Edmonds is the number one running back there. Running back 1, top 5 to 10, you could say, until further notice. Carry on IR, which means that this man right here, T.Y. Johnson, is the number 1 ad in fantasy football, assuming Chase Edmonds is not available, because this guy, I can't even point to him on screen here. Carry on is out for an extended period of time. Then over on this side of the screen, Alfred Morris signs with the Cardinals. More proof that David Johnson might be dealing with more than they're letting on. These damn coaches, man, especially Cliff Kings, bury the information in the sand. Emmanuel Sanders traded to the 49ers. That's freaking amazing for the 49ers. It opens the door for a locked and loaded Cortland Sutton rise, and he's already doing well. So, freaking fantastic. I'm going to answer questions in a second here. Justin, I'll put your question up on the board, and Mark super chatted. Let me throw that up there. Mark, I'll get to that 1 second first. Then I'll go over to Justin's, and then I'll try and answer some more. So hold off on your questions real quick. Sanu traded to the Patriots. That's a crazy trade as well. I don't think that helps Edelman at all. I don't think it helps the running backs at all. I don't think it hurts them that much, but it definitely doesn't help them. It helps Tom Brady. It doesn't help Josh Gordon whenever he even returns, if he returns. It helps Tom Brady and the Patriots, man. Wow, what a weird but unique fit. I thought Sanu might go to the 49ers, and I wouldn't have been shocked if Emmanuel Sanders went to the Patriots. So that I almost felt like that was reversed of what I thought would happen. But that's the stuff going on today. I'll leave it on screen for those that just came in. That's kind of the news, notes, topics, injuries. And now it's time to answer your questions. Me and Edward are going to attack them all the next 40 minutes or so. Mark Mark dropping a big one tonight. Thank you, sir. Kind sir. Sleeper U is great. We chatted a lot on there. Trade Carson for Jones rest of season. I don't know if you mean Aaron Jones. I see so many questions, Mark. I probably saw this question, but I probably saw it 4 or 5 different ways as well. Damn cat in the background. Carson for Jones rest of season. I'm going to say Carson is the... I don't know which one has more upside or more risk, to be honest with you. I feel like it's like a mixed bag. It's like you have Carson, who I feel at times can be steadier. His situation dictates for, a lot of usage, whereas Jones can be phased out. He can do really well. I think that Carson had a mediocre week last week, but he didn't get phased out. So the fact that Aaron Jones did, it feels like he's looking at a little bit more risk than Carson at this point. What was Aaron Jones' stat line? Aaron Jones, believe it or not, I don't have all of the stats at the top of my head. So 12 times for fit. So the part that concerns me is he went from about 20 carries, 107 yards, 4 TDs, which you knew was not going to get replicated. 7 receptions for 75 yards. What a massive game. That was like one of the best fantasy games. But he had 11 carries for 47 yards, 4.3 a pop, not bad. Then 12 carries. So back-to-back games where he's like just barely over 10 carries. That concerns me. Carson only had, I believe, 70-something total yards, if I remember correctly. And Carson, but he had 21 carries. So 21 carries for 65 yards, 3.1 a carry sucks. But no fumbles is good news. Then 3 receptions for 9 yards. So not a good week, but at least he's getting fed. And his last 4 games, 22 carries, 27 carries, 24 carries, 21. Now, I will say he's the one guy I have worried about all year given the cost. He only has 2 TDs on the ground, but he does have the 2 receiving TDs too. So he's got 4 TDs. But he's kind of an injury-prone guy. You can argue with me all you want if you think he's not. But 22 carries, 27 carries, 24 carries, 21 carries, he's getting fed a lot. That injures certain running backs when you get that kind of workload all year. So if he gets 20-plus carries a game, he'll be hard-pressed to stay healthy. But Aaron Jones is like a walking injury. So sorry for the long-winded answer, but I would say Carson, and I'd still actively try and trade him for an equal but quietly safer player. So hopefully that helps you, Mark. I don't know if I answered it differently a week ago, but I feel like Jones, after 2 back-to-back kind of quiet games, I'm just starting to waver a little bit on whether I like him or Carson more, and Carson's got more trade value. So that's another reason why I'm leaning Carson. Justin, who should I start? Murray, if Kamara doesn't play. Edmonds, Aaron Jones, and standard. Choose one. By the way, I'm playing Dalvin Cook at my running back 1. So clearly you can't start more than one player. Hit that thumbs up on the way in. If Edmonds is starting, let's see. Let me look. Pulling up the schedule here. Week 8. So keep in mind the Ravens and the Cowboys are on a bye this week, guys. Okay. So Edmonds is playing. Who the Cards playing this week again? The Saints. So that's tough. And then obviously Murray playing the Cards. That's an exciting one though. I forgot that was this week. I thought that was next week. So the Cards and Saints. It's in New Orleans too. What do you guys think? Edmonds or Lat Murray if Kamara's out? It's really hard for me to tell you to sit Edmonds after his monster explosion. But Lat Murray did also explode. Lat Murray had 25 yards or so, 120, 125, something like that, and 2 TDs. So 150 and 3 is more than 102, but it's in the same ballpark. It's the same kind of arithmetic, and I think that against the Cardinals, especially given, well, the Cardinals are playing good though. I mean, 3-3-1. Saints are 6-1. Saints will probably win. It's in New Orleans, but they could hang. Seclan says Edmonds. Johnny says Murray. Z-Man says Murray if Kamara's out. Edmonds if DJ is out, says player. Matt says Edmonds. Matt C says Murray. That's that's like a total wash, bro. Can you make a trade? Would be my question, Justin. Can you make a trade? Thumbs up. Only half the room has done it. Savvy, I agree. I'm very, very upset right now. 126. Hit the thumbs up, please. Lat Murray has huge lats. I lost by 4 points this week, says Brett. Dylan says, what should Julio owners do? You can't, I mean, sell high if you can. I don't think you can. You got to wait. Picked up more on the bye week. Prescott, what do you think? And should have a game plan for him. I don't know what you mean. You're kind of talking code there, dog. Try to rephrase that, dog, if you can. Murray, a must start, says Long. Well, so is Edmonds, but it is a tougher matchup for Edmonds. So I totally forgot that Cardinal Saints game was this week. I thought it was next week, but that's going to be a fun one to watch. I'm from Arizona, if you don't know. And I'm not a live-die Cardinal fan. I am a Cardinal fan. I live here. I do root them on. But I don't lose sleep, or I don't stop watching other games to watch the car. I got to watch everything, man. I'm a fantasy football driven person. That's what I do for a living. So I can't just focus on one team. And I tend to be better off that way, to not get too invested and be biased. I like to keep my head clear. And I actually started playing this before I was into football. I started playing fantasy football, learning about the game. So I uniquely didn't develop. And I like to be honest about that, because so many people like to just latch onto a team that they never liked, because they're winning or something. And that's okay if you did that when you're young. And if you stuck with them, then you deserve it. You stuck it out. But I like to be honest about the fact that I was never on board with a team when I started watching fantasy or watching NFL football. So, Clan, let's see. Don't like to toot my own horn. Oh, yes, you do, Clan. But picking up Chase Edmonds for $1 2 weeks ago was the best move I made all season. Let's hope that continues. I hope that ride continues for you, Clan, and you do deserve to toot your own horn on that one. Toot away, brother. Toot away. I'm 7-0 with Lamar Jackson, Kamara, Zeke, Christian McCaffrey, Allen Robinson, Fitzgerald, Graham, but going to suffer my first loss with Zeke on a bye. Yeah, I was Zeke on a bye and Kamara injured in 2 leagues. In the Throne League, we have Zeke on a bye and Kamara hurt, and Pat Mahomes hurt. We're without our top 3 players, and someone had the nerve to go, look who we're playing this week. Their team sucks. So, damn cat. QB start Rivers or stream Teddy. I may stream Teddy. Smitty, I'm in Detroit. Word around here is that the Lions are going to trade for Drake. That will affect T.Y. Johnson. It will. If they get Drake, that will pop and deflate a little bit of that T.Y. Johnson balloon that's floating around waiver wires right now. I'm 7-0 with Lamar Jackson, Kamara, Zeke. I didn't finish those questions. Going to suffer my first loss. I don't know that you'll suffer your first loss. You got CMC. You got Allen Robinson. You'll be fine. Have faith, my friend. Jake with a super chat. Got to drop one. Monty or over Kirk? Had to ask. I'd probably drop Kirk right now, man. If it's redraft. But that's a tough one. Let me pull some of these on screen. Should I drop Damian Williams for T.Y. Johnson? Right now, I don't know if there's another player you can drop. I just don't know what's going to happen with KC moving forward. They didn't have time to game plan around Mahomes yet because Mahomes got hurt last week. So will they run the ball? Will they lean on Damian and him become some bounce back candidate? Maybe. So it's hard to say that, man. I don't know that I would. I'd try and find another way to get T.Y. on your roster. Plus, what happens if they do trade for Drake? Traded away Kamara, Chark for Carson and Cup. Did I win this trade? To be announced, my friend, because if Kamara comes back on a tear, then I like that side better. Right now, you're going to score more points with Cup and Carson, and a lot of people might like that side better. But it's a wait-and-see approach for me, and if you can weather through a loss, then I'd rather have Kamara, but if you can't, you had to make a move. Cousins, Stafford, or Teddy need a QB since Mahomes got hurt. Cousins is on a tear, bro. And he plays Minnesota's, Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday night. At home against Washington. Thielen looks like he's probably going to go as of this moment. So I kind of feel like Cousins is the lock, bro. Update. I got Galladay, Kamara, Murray, Brady, and you gave Adams, Evans, Goff, and Olsen. My team would be Brady, Barkley, Cook, Galladay, Westbrook, Herndon, and Kamara. Nice work. Now try and get Lat Murray somehow. Or you have Murray. Do you have Murray? Do you get Murray in that? Lat Murray? Or are you saying you have Kyler? But that's thank you for the super chat again, Austin. You're the man. But if you got Lat Murray in that, you're freaking golden, bro. If you didn't, I still like it. I mean, if Kamara comes back, you're sitting pretty. You take a little risk, you know. Hey, Smitty from Vegas. Oh, Ugly's in Vegas, bro. What are you doing there? Stay out of trouble. Stafford and Cousins. I like Cousins better this week. Stay out of trouble, dude. Lat Murray, Austin, good job. Yeah, you're congratulations, man. You're gonna rock it. Yo, what's up? Big timer in the house. Lat Murray is mine, says Austin. Well, you're sitting pretty. Tell him I got Lat Murray. Okay. Edward, he got Lat Murray. Flex play, Diggs, Bell, or Jacobs. Dude, make a trade. Make a trade, Z. I don't know what to tell you on that one. Those are like three. It's like asking me, do I want two 50s, $100 bill? I don't know how to answer that question. I'd probably say I don't know. I'd probably say Jacobs is a good safe play. Diggs is probably the home run play, but it's Thursday night. When has Thursday night ever treated us well? Like, I'm afraid to play a guy on Thursday night at this point. I just am. I feel like it's a low-scoring game, but it's Washington. How Minnesota has to dominate that, right? Diggs is like the big play guy. Traded Saquon for Russell Wilson, T.Y., and Eckler. Everyone is saying it was terrible for me. I'm scared, says Ricardo. Who's your QB, Ricardo? Because that kind of matters. But honestly, man, I'm not trying to like pile it on or anything. I don't think it's like horrible, but I probably would have kept Saquon. But that's me. I like the bigger name player. I like going like two-headed monster. A lot of sleepers on my bench, hoping to groom them. And then Justin from Chandler, Arizona here. Well, Justin, we are probably about 15 miles apart. Please help Smitty, Kamara for Fournette and Bell. I don't think you can do that with Kamara hurt, Jake. You just can't do it. And I'm not even a Fournette fan. Big Timer works in Chandler, says Big Timer. Nicholas says Bell on that question earlier. You think Kamara and Adams play this week? Much love, John. That's sweet, John. What do you think, Edward? I think I need to look the news up on this one to see if there's anything new before I advise you, because I'm not going to lie to you. I need to find out what the... Tony in the house! What's up, Tony? Very glad to see you. Smitty, you know I respect you and it was on board, but it's time to drop Daryl Henderson? Question mark. I wouldn't blame you for it, Tony. I don't think any of it's his fault, but that doesn't mean that it's going to work out just because I believe in him. I think that situation screwing him just like Nagy screwing David Montgomery. But unfortunately, dude, I can't say I'm right or I'm going to be right or I should have been right. Like, I'm not right now. But he's on most analysts' like top waiver wire pickups for this week, ironically. Like, everyone's still pushing for him. So I'm not alone in the hope that we're going to be after this week halfway through the fantasy football season. But we still have a whole, half to go. And you could drop him now and hope that you're the first person to pick him up if anything happens. But Gurley's been banged up. Malcolm Brown's still banged up. We don't know what his status is going to be, and I'll look that up right now. I don't think we have an update. Gurley, and what else was I going to look up? Adams and Kamara. So Gurley played season low 60.5% of the snaps and sat out, Tony, during a crucial goal line situation where there's 2 carries that he was on the bench just sitting there. It wasn't like he was standing ready to go back in, like he was they pulled him. And Malcolm Brown's not playing. So, Tony, this could spiral out of control or in control, you could say, any moment this week, and Hendy could start by himself. Or Gurley there could be a report tomorrow. It's like Gurley's 100%. I don't know that I believe anything I heard. So it depends what you can pick up for him, Tony. And you're in some big money leagues. It might be worth it to you to say, hey, am I ever even going to use Henderson, even if he gets in there? And what if he plays 1 or 2 games and Gurley comes back and they just take him right out again? Like, I would expect that out of McVay. So it depends who you can pick up. Can you tell me who you can grab? And that will help me decide whether you should make the cut or not. Glendale P83 Arrowhead AZ Matthew Holloway. We did a meet and greet and live show from a local Phoenix pub, and for all you local people, you need to get on board the next one, and we need to have like 10-15 people at a local pub where I do a live. I'll set up the outdoor temporary studio and just like put a chair and have you guys come in, circle in, and do like 5 minutes on the show, interview and talk fantasy football with each one of you. So I'll set that up. Get ready for that. We'll have Tony and Umberger fly in. So, Tony, I don't know how to answer that question yet until I know who you would drop. Maybe you already responded. I'm looking. I'll keep looking for your response. Okay, I was going to look up Adams and Kamara. Adams. Devontae Adams, the latest on him, ruled out. There's no update. And so I'd be guessing if I said he was going to play this week. I had no idea. I would lean probably not, but I hope he has some miracle news for us. Kamara, Ty Johnson, Darrell Williams, Duke Johnson available. Ty Johnson, I would probably drop Hendy for, and then watch Drake get traded to Detroit. Which I don't know that he doesn't see Ty. He's not going to step right in, but he would definitely take over like the third down role. Who are you talking to, Mark? Kamara. Ankle has not yet been ruled out of Week 8. New Orleans decided to sit Kamara down after seeing... Let's see here. With Kamara shelved, Lat Murray will function as the Saints. Yeah, so there's no update on him either. But given how well Lat Murray did, and given that I'm sure they expect to, well, I don't know if they expect to win, but I think they're going to walk into Arizona and with confidence, and I think they're going to be like, dude, Murray's the man. So maybe they sit Kamara another week. I don't know. If Kamara's fine, he'll play, but if he's still got a high ankle, could take you out for multiple weeks, and it can hinder you. So even if he comes back, he will not be 100% with a high ankle sprain. And we'll have Dr. Raj on Saturday night, and Dr. Raj and I will talk about this, I'm sure. And so if you guys want to ask about Kamara and Adams, and if I'm sure by then we'll know if either are going to play, but we could talk about them for the next week. Breaking news, Sam Darnold questionable. We'll see a psychiatrist on Wednesday. He claims he saw ghosts on Monday night. Funny, Mark. Thanks for the super chat. Jake says, I'm on Sleeper U and got the membership. Sanders or Sanu. Thank you for... I'm going to comb through the rankings tonight and tomorrow, by the way. So there's some guys that are going to need to move around on the rankings. So, and I'm doing the weekly rankings tonight, so look for those soon. I'll put those up after the show. And we're... Oh, let's see. Sanders or Sanu. Probably go Sanders for now. But that could change, man. But Emmanuel Sanders, 49ers, they're going to use him. I think they'll use him right away. He's a really good receiver that can pick things up quick. Sanu might take some time. I don't know if they'll force him in. They've got Edelman. They've got Watson. They've got Dorsett. Brady already spreads the ball around a lot. So it kind of feels like Sanu might not be... He could be really good. He might not do too much right away. Tough to say. How do you feel about Allen Robinson and the Bears for Mike Evans? Yeah, I take Mike Evans, man. I mean, it's not horrible. Either side is okay, but I think Evans has the potential to be a home run hitter for you at the value you're getting him at. You can win leagues for those kinds of moves. So, have the 49ers. Yeah, I would do it. Should I hold on to Monty? I'm 6-1. I have Julio, Chubb, and Carson. I would, but it depends on who you can pick up. If it was Edmonds, I'd take Edmonds, but I'd look to drop somebody else, though, still. But if you have to drop Monty, very small bench for Edmonds, I would. Not saying Edmonds is available in your league, but that's kind of the thinking I'd have. Otherwise, I hold on to Monty, and I kind of wait. Thank you for the super chat, young man. What's up, Doobie? Saints play at home versus the Cardinals. This is true. Polycat, I like the Raj. Yeah, Dr. Raj is good people. We have fun together. We jive really well. I think the show is really fun when he's on, so we're going to try and keep it moving. Saturday he will be on. And he's all San Fran, man. So he'll talk about this Emmanuel Sanders trade. He predicted that Sanu would get traded to, and that's kind of where I was talking about. I thought that Sanu was going to go to the 49ers, but he was talking that up. I mean, he was pretty close that he would get traded. So I was pretty impressed with that, but it was just swapped. How does Sanu affect N'Keal Harry? For the now, it affects him definitely. For the future, we will see. I almost feel like New England's the kind of team that would trade N'Keal Harry for, a first-round pick or 2 seconds or something. Like, they're the kind of team that would surprisingly do something like that. And I kind of hope that happens because I don't know why they, I have a feeling he's not so hurt that he can't return to the team. So I'm not too sure what's going on. I still have full faith that this guy, N'Keal Harry, has the tools to become elite. This has been a rough year for me with the rookies, I'll admit. Montgomery, I honestly feel like I'm not wrong. I talent-wise, I'm wrong in terms of fantasy, and I need to take accountability on the fact that Montgomery's not delivered. It sucks, but from my perspective, all the years I've done this, 16 years, I know when somebody has the talent. And Montgomery's got it. Henderson's got it. These are clear ramifications of coaching. And that's on me too. The fact that I didn't predict that the lying McVay and that the way that organization treats their news, their running backs, and how they update people on the running backs, I just figured they went after Henderson for a reason. And the deception would have been around whether they were going to use Todd Gurley and then they were going to use Henderson because they went after him. So I kind of predicted and put my eggs in the basket or the side of that the deception was going to be on that they act like Gurley's fine and then they lean on Hendy. I was wrong. I don't think I'm wrong on Hendy's talent. I believe it will eventually shine through. Whether they continue to play him after he shines that talent, I don't know. But at some point with Malcolm Brown and Gurley being banged up all the time, Gurley's been banged up all year. I feel like, and he's not getting better with that knee, I feel like there's got to be a shot for Hendy at some point, whether it's one game and then they rip the carpet right out from under him again. I don't know. But I feel like with N'Keal Harry, the injury sucked. And I can't predict that. That was not something I could see. I should have saw McVay and his deception, and that would bleed into the Henderson momentum. And then Montgomery, I did not see coming. I thought Nagy would lean on him. They went after him much like the Rams went after Hendy. And he shined in the preseason and looked really good. I thought we were looking at a rising star in Montgomery, and I still feel like if they leaned on him the right way, and sometimes he's gotten a good amount of carries, but it's poor usage. Like, it's frustrating because these three players, N'Keal Harry, David Montgomery, and Darrell Henderson, are really talented, could be studs of the NFL type players. And I'll stand behind that. I have to be honest and say I don't know that they'll come to fruition. I don't. All right, hit me with some more questions, and I'll answer those the remainder of this time. We got some more time here. I traded Zeke and Allen for Wilson and Hopkins, then went and traded Tom. I assume you mean Tom Brady, and the Pats D for Barkley. I like that. But, God, it's hard to trade the Pats D. You can't assume they're going to score 40 a week, but, oh, my God. Like, the Pats D is insane. Insane. They would be a first-round pick. It's crazy. So you traded Zeke and Allen for Wilson and Hopkins. I don't know that I love that one, to be honest. I think Zeke and... Well, yeah, that's good. I mean, it's good. You did good. It's okay. Because you already had Tom Brady, but you got Barkley. So you got Barkley, Hopkins, and Tom Brady for Zeke, Allen, and yeah, I mean, that's good. Unless you meant Keenan Allen. If you mean Keenan Allen, Zeke and Keenan Allen might be better. I don't know. Oh, look at this from Stahl. Thank you, Stahl. Stahl with the super. Won this week thanks to Michael and the Pats defense. I'm 7-0, but got a tough bye week coming up. Kamara and Mike Thomas. Week 9, 10, Michelle and Pat's defense. Would try to trade Michelle and Pat's defense, says Stahl. Don't trade the New England defense unless you're getting top dollar. There's a correlation to people that are 7-0 and 6-1, and it's the New England Patriots defense a lot of the times. So you got to do it. That other trade we just looked at, like get Barkley in a deal. I'm not saying you get Barkley for New England, but I'm saying if you can entice somebody and trade them a very much on a tier or two lower running back with the Patriots D for a Barkley or for a Zeke Elliott or for a Christian McCaffrey, then that's when you trade the Pats D. Otherwise, you're riding them. Or a Hopkins. Give away Godwin. So thank you for the super. Congratulations on the 7-0. And keep doing what you're doing because you're 7-0 for a reason. But keep looking to make trades, but just make sure you know you're in the driver's seat. And if it feels iffy, don't do it. 9 times out of 10, when you feel apprehensive about a trade, you shouldn't do the trade. It will backfire. That's my advice. Okay, let me drag some of these on. All right, let me answer the ones on screen here. If you see your question on the screen, get excited. I'm answering it. I won't skip you. Are the Colts a good defense streaming option? Yeah, they're okay. I mean, this week they're at home. They're 4-2. They're playing a 2-5, often struggling Denver Broncos, who traded away one of their better wide receivers. Why not? And I like the Colts. I think they're decent on the year. Pick 3. Diggs, Hopkins, McLaurin, Fitzgerald. I go Diggs, Hopkins, McLaurin. You would not be crazy to go Fitzgerald over McLaurin, but I go Diggs, Hopkins, and McLaurin myself. Can we do a Pats defensive trade name game? Sure. Who would you guys trade the Pats D for? Thank you, Mood. I'm getting to your question next. Toss out a player. Okay, so let me ask you this. Would you rather have the Patriots D or Mike Evans? Go. Super chat from Mood. Thank you, Mood. Drop Hilliard and Cooks for 2. A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, Benny Snell, A.J. Green, Kenny Stills. I don't drop Cooks for any of those guys. I would drop Hilliard for A.J. Green maybe and just kind of wait. And I'm assuming this is redraft. So thank you for the super chat. Those would be my moves, but I do not drop Cooks, dude. Nope. I think you'll have a good game this week. So definitely don't drop that guy. Dome game. Mike Evans easily. No, says Dog. Pat's D, says Gray. Pat's D, says Nicholas. Pat's D, says Edward. Evans, Johnny. Smitty, I mean QB. I don't know what you mean. I'm already lost on what question you had, so ask the whole question over. Evans, if I need a wide receiver, says Brisket's dad. Brissett. We call him Brisket, though. Maybe the Pats D, says Hazel. Let's do one more. Would you rather have the Patriots D or David Johnson only? And you can't have... I'm sure everyone's going to say DJ, but... I mean, at this point, Cardinals signed Alfred Morris for a reason, right? We have to assume that. But would you rather have the Patriots D or DJ? And you can't have Edmonds. I'm just curious. I'm trying to gauge where the Patriots D value is really according to the people, you guys. Austin, I think the Colts are okay, and I already answered that one, kind sir. Do I trade Carson for Bell? I think Carson and Bell are pretty close, so I feel like that's just like a lateral move. Pats D over DJ. Wow. I'm not saying you guys are wrong. Just what a crazy turn in 1.5 weeks. DJ was like everyone's top 4 or 5 overall player. Gets hurt. Screws everybody. And then, how did the Patriots get that easy of a schedule? Like, honestly. And I think I was calling you Gray, Z-Man. Z-Man says Patriots D all day. Not even just Patriots D. Patriots D all day. Eckler or Juju flex this week. Monday night, I go Juju. No. Eckler's safer. Eckler gets used a ton, but I like both. Find a way to get both in your lineup because I can't really pick one. I'm sorry. What defense is a good stream target this week? I mean, obviously Minnesota, but I don't know that they're available. They could be. People are weird. People drop defenses in a strange way. God, no England playing Cleveland. Like, it just doesn't. I don't understand why. I don't know why that wasn't so much easier to predict. Hit the thumbs up on your way in if you don't mind, people. We got 193 in the room and only 73 thumbs up and those 3 thumbs down. Smitty trade Robbie Anderson for Emmanuel Sanders now that he has a QB. No, you keep Robbie. Robbie. Okay, let's play the name game one more time. Then I got to answer the rest of these questions. Patriots D or Alvin Kamara? This is crazy. Do you guys realize what you're saying? Not that you're wrong, but you're basically saying that right now, not just if you could get the points already. You're basically saying that right now you would draft a Patriots D in the top 8. Which I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that will we see this again? That's crazy. What a weird year. How many of you play Dynasty? Raise your hand in the chat. Okay, we got Camaras. 3 Camaras, 4 Camaras, 5 Camaras, 6 Camaras. You guys are clearly taking the chance that Kamara returns to form and everything. So that's kind of nice to see. Because I own Kamara in a lot of leagues, and I don't know if I'm sometimes biased against his returning to form and that he'll be fine, that he won't lose any touches to Lat Murray when Kamara comes back. So I almost step aside on the Kamara. On the Kamara predictions because I feel like I have so many shares of Kamara. I sometimes wonder if I think he's going to be a top 5 running back moving forward once he's back on the field and healthy. But am I willing that? Am I wishing that? Am I hoping that because I own him in so many leagues? I usually am really, really good about not being biased at all. But I own a lot of Kamara shares, and I'm pretty pissed off right now that he's hurt. But and I don't have Zeke in 2 or 3 leagues, so this week's going to be rough, really rough for me. Tony raising his hand. Okay, so if you guys are in Dynasty leagues, get ready. I'm going to start turning on the Dynasty content. I did release 2 Dynasty videos last week. And on Sleeper U, I'm going to start doing a lot of Dynasty content. I'm going to revamp Sleeper U a little bit so that it's going to cater a lot more to Dynasty because it really was and is a Dynasty home. I'm not saying there's not equal amount of redraft content. There will continue to be. But I'm going to start remembering that a core, at least 50% or more of the reason people go to Sleeper U is for the Dynasty content too, and I'm gonna get back to that. And Dynasty content's cool because you can touch on the redraft angle briefly in any piece of Dynasty content you write on. So I will keep that in mind as I create it and try and speak to it so that anybody, redraft or Dynasty, will get value from every single thing that I do on Sleeper U. But I'm going to start taking a Dynasty spin to most things from this point moving forward on the site, except for like the weekly rankings, obviously, because that's about week 8. But get ready for that. Patriots D and Murray. I don't know what that question's for. Smitty, trade Robbie Anderson for Sanders. No, I already answered that question. Can we do a pass? I did that one. Smitty, give away Godwin and Lindsey for Carson and Woods. No. Godwin's worth more than that, I think. 200 in the room, only 81 thumbs up. Hit it. Punch it. And hit that subscribe button. And hit the bell. Because you need to know when I go live. And tomorrow I go live. I go live at 10 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Radio 1580 AM, The Fanatic. And I stream that whole 1 hour interview live every single Wednesday night here on youtube.com/The Fantasy Football Show. And I stream it live the whole hour, 10 p.m. Eastern, every single Wednesday. Smitty, would you trade Terry McLaurin? If so, for what? Alex, that's a loaded question, but I would say you're probably not going to get enough to even trade him, bro, because you're talking about a guy that's disappointed people lately, and people are going to play the "what have you done for me lately" more heavily when it comes to a rookie. So if I were you, I don't think I would trade him low or try and trade him unless somebody comes to you. No one's going to just be like, yeah, give me McLaurin. He's been hurt, has been dropping off. Mahomes replacement, Darnold, Brissett, Stafford. Brissett, man. I like Stafford too, but Brissett probably. Brissett or Stafford. Coin toss. Close. Diggs for Mixon and Ridley. If you have to, man, if you need a spark, but it's sad seeing people trade Mixon so low. But what else are you going to get? And is he going to bounce back? Probably not. But in some cases, I feel like you guys need to wait on him a little longer because you invested in him. I own 0% of shares because I just didn't trust him. Trade Evans for Eckler. No, I keep Evans, man. Eckler, you don't know what you're going to get from week to week. He's dominating the receiving part of that running back crew's usage, but I don't know that I bank on it every week because he's sharing a role with a guy that used to be a top 5 overall pick, and they're not using either of them enough. They're using Eckler enough in the receiving game, but again, you can't count on that. And Gordon, you got to wonder if Gordon's going to bounce back at all. I don't know anymore. Like, what a waste. What a dumb... Are we not learning that when you are playing well and you're a running back, the dumbest thing you can do is pause? It's like stopping college. Like, you're a freshman and you're going to drop out and take 2 years off. You're not going back. I hate to break the news to you. Or the odds are against it. Some of you might. If you dropped out and you're going to go back, stay in school, kids. But it's like that hard. Like you stop playing football and hold out as a running back. Like, look what he had in front of him. His job wasn't on the line. He sits out half a year almost and then comes back, and his job's not even there for him. And he thinks he's going to go get a ton of money on the open market. Like, and he lost all that money sitting out. What a dumb move. Connor or Chubb rest of year. You got to go Chubb right now. Try and back him up with Hunt, but I don't know. Chubb's like in everybody's top like 6 or 7 overall. Do I see Flacco finishing the season as a starter? He could. Allen or Kirk Cousins. Cousins on fire, bro. He plays Washington at home in Minnesota. But it's a Thursday night game, which scares me. You know what that sound means. I hate to do that with 222 in the room, but hit the thumbs up on your way out. And this is a speed round. I answer your questions as fast as I can. I only answer short questions because I got to go fast. Jamal for Mixon. Jamal Williams for Mixon? Yes. Jamal Williams for Mixon. Fernando, how the hell are you pulling that off? I have Waller and Kittle and need a running back. Trade thoughts. Trade one of them for, any second round equivalent type player. Try and get an Evans. Adams and Jacobs for Carson and Lockett. Adams and Jacobs. I like Adams and Jacobs myself. but that's taking a little bit of a risk that Adams comes back. And only do that if you can weather through, a week of losing 1 week. Super chat from Mood. Mood says, rest of season redraft, AJ Green, Corey Davis, AJ Brown, Kenny Stills. If you need them now, you got to go AJ Brown. I love his skill set. Or no, Stills. Stills if you need him right now. If you potentially need him in the next couple weeks, AJ Brown should develop. And if you can wait and kind of on a home run type basis, AJ Green. Drop MVS for Robbie Anderson. That's a coin toss close call, my friend, because I think Robbie Anderson has a little more upside, but MVS could go off at any week. Ty Johnson, or Edmonds. Edmonds by a lot, man. Because Edmonds is like a high-end running back 1 right now, and they just signed Alfred Morris. Why did they sign Alfred Morris? Ty Johnson is going to be everybody's must-get tonight. So he's going to be on all rosters in just a few hours. All right, guys, I appreciate it. What to do with Mike Williams? Justin, you got to give me more than that. I'm not a big fan of Mike Williams, but I don't just drop him for nothing. You got to give me options. Chark or Freeman. I go Chark probably, but Freeman still has some upside. I just don't know what that offense is going to look like. Maybe they run a ton. So ask me that Saturday. I don't want to answer that one yet. Chark or Freeman. Give me more time on that. Edmonds or McCoy. Edmonds, bro. He's a number 1. He's a top 5 to 10 running back if he's starting this week. Take
a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap.
All right, guys. Take it easy. I appreciate all of you. Join me tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. You can find me right here on youtube.com/thefantasyfootballshow, 10 p.m. Eastern for the whole hour as I do my CBS Sports Radio, 1580 a.m. The Fanatic interview. You can watch it live, ask questions. You can be on CBS Sports Radio. Join me tomorrow. Thank you, guys. See ya. See ya, big timer.